Hey, welcome back. Today we're tackling a question that almost everyone has asked at some point. How much money should you actually be saving each month? And the honest answer is, it depends. Everyone earns a different amount, has different expenses, and is working toward different goals. So there's no single magic number that works for every person. But there are some solid guidelines you can follow to figure out what's right for you. And that's exactly what we're going to walk through today. Let's start with the most well-known rule in personal finance. You've probably heard of the 10% rule. The idea is simple. Save at least 10% of your income every month. If you bring home $3,000 a month, you're putting away $300. If you bring home $5,000, you're saving $500. It's a straightforward, consistent target that's easy to track because it's always the same percentage regardless of what you earn. Now, 10% might feel like a stretch at first, and that's okay. The goal isn't to hit it perfectly on day one. The goal is to use it as your baseline and work toward it. And once you're comfortable there, you can start pushing toward 20%, then eventually 30%. The higher you can get that number over time, the more security and freedom you're building for your future. But here's something important. That 10% is just a starting point, not a ceiling. A lot of people think about saving in terms of retirement, and retirement savings absolutely matter. But here's the thing. If all your savings are going into a retirement account, you're missing a critical piece of the picture. Retirement accounts like a 401k or an IRA are designed for the long term. In most cases, you can't access that money without a penalty until you're 59 and a half years old. So if you only save for retirement and nothing else, you won't have money available for the things that come up before then: an unexpected car repair, a medical bill, a down payment on a home, or simply a financial cushion if something goes wrong. This is why it's essential to save beyond your retirement contributions. Think of your retirement savings and your general savings as two separate buckets that both need to be filled. One is for your future self decades from now. The other is for your life as it's happening right now. Here's a perspective shift that might be helpful. Instead of asking, "Am I saving enough?" ask yourself this: does saving feel a little uncomfortable? Because if your savings plan feels completely painless and you never have to think twice about a purchase, there's a good chance you're not saving as much as you could be. On the other hand, if things feel so tight that you're stressed every single day, you may have overcorrected. The sweet spot is somewhere in the middle, where your budget has just enough breathing room that you're not anxious, but tight enough that you're still being intentional about what you spend. You can still enjoy life, still have fun, still treat yourself occasionally. But your savings plan should create just enough friction that you're staying aware and staying on track. It's a mindset shift, but it's a useful one. As your financial situation changes, your savings rate should change with it too. Getting a raise at work is one of the best opportunities to increase how much you save. And it's one that a lot of people miss. Here's why. When you get a raise, you're already used to living on what you were making before. So if you take even a portion of that increase and direct it straight into savings before you ever get used to having it, you won't feel the difference in your day-to-day life. It's one of the least painful ways to grow your savings rate over time. Beyond raises, give yourself small monthly challenges. Look at each spending category in your budget and ask, can I get this number a little lower? Not drastically, just a little. Over time, those small adjustments add up to real money. There's no upper limit on how much you can save. If you're earning significantly more than you need to cover your expenses, you really should be putting away a substantial portion of it. The more you save now, the more options you have later. One of the most powerful things you can do for your savings is give every dollar a purpose. Here's a framework that works well. Start with an emergency fund. The general recommendation is to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses set aside in an account you can access quickly if something goes wrong. This is your financial safety net. Not for vacations, not for shopping, just for genuine emergencies. Once your emergency fund is in place, make sure your retirement contributions are consistent. Then, beyond those two priorities, you can start saving for the things that matter to you: a home, a trip, a car, investments, or simply building long-term wealth. When you know what you're saving for, it's a lot easier to stay motivated. It's not just money sitting in an account. It's a down payment taking shape, a future trip getting closer, a retirement becoming more real. Purpose makes saving feel less like a sacrifice and more like progress. Here's something that can be genuinely exciting once you see it in action. Savings grow. And the sooner you start, the faster that growth becomes. When you save consistently and put your money in the right places, it begins to earn returns on its own. Interest compounds, investments appreciate. Over time, your money starts doing work for you, not just sitting there. The early years might feel slow, but the longer you stay consistent, the more momentum builds. This is why starting now, even with a small amount, is better than waiting until the right time. There is no perfect moment. The best time to start saving was yesterday. The second best time is today. So let's bring it all together. Start with the 10% rule as your baseline and work to increase it over time. Save beyond your retirement contributions so you have money available for life before retirement age. Aim for a savings rate that feels just slightly uncomfortable. That's usually a sign you're in the right zone. Take every raise or income increase as an opportunity to save more before you get used to spending it. Give your savings a purpose. Emergency fund first, then retirement, then everything else. And remember that the sooner you build these habits, the harder your money works for you down the road. Saving money isn't about being restrictive or joyless. It's about being intentional. It's about deciding in advance what your money is for, rather than wondering at the end of the month where it all went. If this video was helpful, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have questions about any of this, drop them in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.